News Break is in 1 hour here on KUSI. News every hour, every day.
There you are. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. But now you're here. So let's begin.
Sometimes I just sit down and I think, hey, wow, I make all this money, and all I do is, like, have rad sex.
Hey, this is Jenna Jameson, and guess what? I am about to take you on an extreme adventure on the set of my movie. I'm going to be going through a million different scenes, a million different outfits, and you're coming with me. What do you say? Let's go upstairs and see what's going on. Ready?
Welcome to the show. Thank you. Welcome to the show. As you just saw, today's show features the hottest performer in adult entertainment today, film star Jenna Jameson. Now, she's currently appearing in the Howard Stern movie, Private Parts, and just recently, Jenna took our cameras with her on the set of her new adult film, Jenna's Revenge. Now, we're going to see all of that exclusive footage later in the show, but before we get to the tapes, please welcome Jenna Jameson. Okay. Hi, Jenna. Jenna, welcome to the show. How did you get into all of this, and when did you start?
Let's see. I started as a showgirl in Las Vegas. Started stripping.
How old were you when you did that?
18. Which was very young, yes, I know. Yeah. But it was a scout for Hustler magazine came into the club, and that's when it all started rolling.
Did you, were you worried in the beginning, like, this is not what I ought to be doing in my life?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Why didn't you want to do it at first?
Well, it's a challenge, definitely a challenge, but...
Okay, now hold on. Jenna, hold on. For 53 years, I've been taking off my clothes. That's when I... It's not that... I'm not suggesting anybody would want to look, but it's not a challenge.
Right. Well, I don't know. I was always a really, really shy kid, and it was just, I really was, seriously. I was shy. I was an ugly duckling when I was young, so it was like, I all of a sudden turned into a good-looking girl, and I was like, hey, you know, why not take advantage of it?
And you're saying it pays well?
Oh, yeah.
What's the hardest part about what you do? I'm embarrassed to be here.
I can't believe you said that.
What's the most difficult part? I'm going to have to watch everything I say, yes.
The first time was really, really hard. It was scary.
What was scary about it?
Well, I mean, you're having sex in front of at least 20 to 30 people, you know? And that's, I mean, you're worried about, I'm more worried about, like, every little roll than I am, like, having sex.
I tell you, let's take a clip now of the first time we had that, the first time you were ever on. Let's take a look.
Before you were a dancer, were you doing any other employment, or?
High school.
High school?
See, that's employment, that's work.
They never paid me for that, though. I guess you're kind of employed, but the The fees aren't very good, are they?
Oh, God. I'm glad it's over with.
So you got out of high school and got right into stripping, huh?
Yeah.
And what about, have you done any magazine work or anything?
Yeah, I've done every magazine. Except for Playboy.
Haven't done Playboy.
Oh, God.
Somebody's, obviously you're attractive, but somebody's going to say, here we go again. There's a woman who is making a living by exposing her body.
Yay.
Not using her mind.
I use my mind.
Okay. Jenna, I'm not suggesting for a second that you're not bright. What I'm saying is what you do, you don't particularly use your mind. I mean, what are you
think
thinking
that a lot
about?
more goes into it than having sex. Really, seriously. I put a lot more into my movies than a lot of people think. You know, I act, I have training. Yeah, a lot of people that haven't seen adult movies don't realize that there are scripts to movies, and, you know, it
Would
takes
you ever
some
want
sort
to
of
go
talent.
into something, well, you were in Howard Stern's movie, Private Parts. Do you want to go into straight acting, as they say?
Yeah, you know, when I first got into the business, I always told myself, you know, I'm not really going to worry about crossing over, because a lot of girls, that's what they want to do when they get in the business. I just wanted to go and have fun, and it just kind of came to me, so.
You also write scripts for the movies?
I like to think I do.
What's the
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and what would a plot line be?
Well, I mean, this is really funny. I don't know. The few that I've done are pretty much only about, like, my fantasies and stuff like that. But, I mean, we've done movies to where it was, like, big, huge pirate films. Conquest was, like, one of my big movies, and it's, like, it's got a great plot.
How do women come out in your movies? In other words, women in the subservient role?
No, I think that we're incredibly powerful in our industry. A lot of people think that, oh, we're getting taken advantage of, you know, we're all on drugs. No, it's not like that. We run this industry. I mean, you know, I'm sure there'll be scenes where the guy is the dominant person, but that doesn't mean that I'm being degraded in any way. I choose to do what I do.
Okay,
and I take it.
There's more. When we come back, we're going to meet the two men in Jenna's life, her husband, Brad, and her co-star, Tony. Please stay with us.
Hi there, I'm Brad Armstrong. You've met Jenna, my lovely wife. Coming up next, you're going to come to the set. I'm going to tell you about our behind the scenes and a little bit about Jenna. See you soon.
Okay, brace yourselves, because coming up next, you're going to get to see me in my first sex scene in over 2 months. I'm nervous, and it's not even with my husband.
So you kind of push your feelings aside a bit and pretty much look at it as business. You know, a lot of people, their husbands or wives are fooling around on them anyway, and at least here it's kind of a controlled environment, and for lack of better, since I'm the director-producer, I get to pick who she works with. She has a say, of course, because there's a lot of people she won't work with, a couple that she likes to work with, but I have the final say because I hire them, so that's one of the bonuses.
I can definitely see myself working with other men. Actually, you can too. You go to the local video store and, you know, I mean, I have worked with 4 or 5 different guys. I have my favorite guys. Peter North rocks. Mark Davis is great. There are a lot of guys out there that I completely enjoy. I just happen to enjoy my husband the best.
A lot of the guys are either friends or co-workers that I'm very comfortable with. And it's the same kind of as the guy who goes to a swing party and lets his wife, you know, do other things, and he does other things in return. So it's like that swing relationship, only it's a more controlled and business-like environment.
Right now, I'm satisfied only having sex with my husband, and I'm sure within the next couple movies I'm going to have sex with somebody else because I'm feeling that little yearning.
For me, having sex in front of the cameras is pretty natural because I've been in front of, first of all, the stills camera, and then before that, an audience of, you know, sometimes up to 1,500 people as a male stripper, because we did some very big clubs. So for me, being naked in front of people is really not a problem. And there again, the crew and cast make it fairly easy to be nude because they're so used to it. It's like second nature to them. It's not a big deal.
I do have to say that working with my husband directing me, it's kind of a weird situation, but the way I look at it is you have to be completely professional. You have to separate your private lives from your professional lives, or else there's going to be some conflict. And I mean, in the past there has been conflict, but we've worked it out, and I think that right now, there's no other person I would rather work for. Because we're on that same level. We see the same things. We want to see the same things in the finished product.
As I get approached as, oh, this is Jenna Jameson's husband, and now, whereas I'm starting to build a reputation for myself as a director, it's not quite that way all the time. But, yeah, I mean, Jenna's very famous, both in the adult and now starting out in the straight world. So, yeah, but, hey, somebody's got to do it, and there's probably a lot of guys out there that wouldn't mind having that job.
Is that, watching yourself in that interview, and I noticed at one point where you said, well, I'm starting to get that urge perhaps to be with somebody else, but isn't that to be expected? I mean, if you're having sex with these men, these other men, and the list is going to grow as your career grows, aren't you really inviting problems in your marriage?
Absolutely.
You are, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest with you, it's definitely hard. Because I don't care whether or not he met me while I was still in this industry, or whether, you know, or before I was in this industry. I'm still having sex with other people, and we are going to have jealousies. But we've come to the conclusion that, you know, it's something that we'll have to deal with while I'm in this industry.
If it came down to losing your husband or stopping having sex with other men in the movies, what would you choose?
I would stop having sex in the movies.
So your husband comes first?
Absolutely.
How is it possible, how do you separate your feelings for your husband? In other words, sex is supposed to be really intimate. I mean, it's
right.
the most personal.
It's not as intimate in the movies, that's for sure. It's very mechanical, actually.
Because you're getting directed there, and all the
getting directed, and you're paying more attention to where the camera is, or, you know, where you have to open up to. You know how that is, Jerry. Kind of. Kind of. You know, you're always like paying attention to what's going on around you, not to whether or not you're having a good time.
Yeah.
But the more I do it, the better time I have, because you forget about those things.
Okay. There's someone else. Well, I tell you what. Let's talk now to one of the people that you have had sex with in your latest movie.
Yeah,
he is not your husband, and his name is Tony Tedeschi. Let's bring him out. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tony, we're going to talk to you, because, as I understand it, you had sex with this married woman, and we have it on film. We'll be right back.
Just about finished with my face, and we're about to go in there and do a big, yummy tease scene. Are you up for that?
No.
I think you're up for that. Thanks, Lee.
So you like to watch? Well, you're gonna love this.
Well, welcome back. Today we're talking to adult film star Jenna Jameson, who took us with her on the set of her latest movie. Now, we're going to see that exclusive tape in just a moment, but we've also met Jenna's co-star Tony Tedeschi, who had a pretty steamy scene with Jenna. Yeah, there's a smile on your face. But, you know, here you are being directed by her husband. You're having sex with a married woman.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind when all this is going on?
I've known him probably about 5 years, so it's a little more comfortable in a situation where it's someone who I don't know their husband, and so it was pretty comfortable.
We're like one big happy family.
Yeah. Actually,
apparently.
Actually, like, it's more like two big happy families. There's kind of like an A part of the industry, which we're in, and a B part of the industry, which is wall-to-wall sex tapes.
Is there any competitiveness? Where does the male ego enter into all this?
Oh, yes, there is.
And
You ought to see backstage. They're all like flexing.
I mean, is there any part of you that says, you know what, I'll show her I'm going to be better than her husband, I'll tell you that?
Actually, I just feel fortunate that I can have a job and be able to work with women like her.
Aww.
Does it ever go through your mind, gosh, I just wish my husband in this way would be like him?
No, because my husband's pretty rad.
Other than that, she doesn't have to go home and deal with me, though.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. No, I mean, they're all good in their own way.
Okay. Tony, you have a girlfriend.
Yes, I do.
And her name is Marissa.
Yes.
She is not in the business.
No.
Let's hear what she has to say about it. Here's Marissa.
Hi, honey.
Marissa, welcome to the show. Let me open by stating the obvious. You're obviously a very attractive woman. However, your boyfriend is sleeping with a movie star, and you have had sex with how many women in the movies?
Couple 300. I really can't keep track.
But Marissa, what I could see maybe why he wants to do it. That's his business. But why? You've got to be very comfortable with yourself.
He loves me a lot, and
Sure,
I
you
meet
let
a
him
lot of
sleep with
wonderful people.
300 women. Who wouldn't love you? What? So you think you can have a good relationship with him? Maybe get married one day?
yeah, we do plan to get married someday.
Will it stop then? Will it stop then?
No,
This is perfectly okay, and it's okay if she goes out and
I
sleeps with guys.
enjoy being with women as well. I enjoy women.
So you enjoy. Hubba. So you enjoy being with her? You've been with her?
No, I haven't. I enjoy this. She's a very pretty lady. She's very pretty, and she's very intelligent.
In a lot of these movies, there are scenes with women together.
Oh, yeah.
Are many women in the business bisexual?
99% of them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some girls that do it even though they don't like it, which I think is ridiculous. No, I mean, a lot
You
of
mean
girls
there's
do.
some straight women that get involved in bisexual, in lesbian scenes?
Yeah, they're doing it for the money or whatever.
Yeah. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a tour of you on you're going to take us on a tour of you on making that movie. What is it called? Jenna's Revenge?
Yeah.
We're going to see that. Stay with us.
I was married for 16 years. I was a good wife and a good mother. I raised the kids, and now I'm on my own.
Welcome back. Today we're talking to some of the top stars in adult movies. Now, joining us is Jenna Jameson, easily the biggest name in adult films today. Now, Jenna took us on a tour of the set of her latest adult movie, Jenna's Revenge, from Wicked Pictures. Let's take a look at that now.
My average day, Since I'm the star of the movie, I usually am here at 8 o'clock in the morning until God knows when. I come here, I get into makeup, I sit and let Lee work on me for about an hour, get dressed, go straight into dialogue, and usually I do a lot more sex scenes than I'm doing in this movie, but I don't know, it just worked out that way in this movie. So, you know, it's just, hey, it's a normal everyday thing for me to just come to work, do a bit of dialogue, have a bit of sex. Hey, what's up? You know, the thing is like, adult movies are a lot different than straight movies. I'm, like, when I did the Howard Stern movie, it was like, I filmed for like 5 or 6 days, and I'm in probably 4 minutes of the movie. So, I mean, this compared to that is like no problem. But Brett Armstrong, it's more like a real movie, so we have to do like 8,000 takes. Why is it that you can't ever say anything nice to me?
I didn't mean anything by it.
Yes, you did. Let me guess. I don't like it. I don't understand. Why can't you ever say anything nice to me? Let me guess. You don't like it. Why is it that you can't ever say anything nice to me? Why is it that you can't ever say anything nice to me? Why can't you ever? Why can't you ever say anything nice to me?
Can I go get ready now?
Yes.
What am I wearing?
Nothing. You're both here.
I never. The money's incredible. I have like a family. These people are my family, and I'm treated with incredible respect. I'm doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm making a lot of money. I think that keeps coming back into my mind. I'm making a lot of money. Hey, Lee,
Yeah.
you might want to get this a little bit tighter and a little bit more hairspray,
Okay.
because it feels like it might fall out.
Okay. You have everything?
This is the major no-no in adult videos, tags. We hate girls that have tags sticking out. The bra's kind of small on me, but that's the story of my life. Okay, I'm ready. My first sex scene in a long time. Are you ready? The thing about being an adult film star is you have to have a certain frame of mind to do this and be okay with it. I think that you have to be completely uninhibited. You have to think sex is okay, and you can't really care what people think about you, because you are going to have those people that judge you, right? You are going to have people that judge you, and you have to be quite creative. Hey, have you ever seen the things that I can do with my spit? Oh no, I'm just joking. No.
Face is okay. It's
It looks
the
beautiful.
wada.
Yeah.
I'm a big sweaty rat.
But you can't tell you're sweaty, right? Because the blindfold's covering it.
No, you can't. I'm
Right
watching
here,
the
right here. That's
No way. Well, if
No, you can't. I
powder,
can
you
watch
can.
it.
It looks fabulous.
I wouldn't
My hair's
lie.
all messed up. You don't get to see my pretty eyes or
It looks
nothing.
beautiful.
Actually, this is a continuation of the beginning of this sex scene. It's just going to be quick pops of different positions. Now we're going to be in the ice cold freezing pool. My business is pretty extreme. Like the things that I do, most people look at and go, whoa, how do they do that? I can't even fathom that. And that's what I find so exciting, is that everybody kind of looks at me like a freak. It's true though. I mean, because I haven't ever had any negative experiences with fans, you know, women or anything coming up to me and saying, how could you do that? It's like more of them coming up to me saying, how do I get into the business? And I'm recruiting all of them. So send your applications to, no. I'm out of control. All right.
Haven't you ever seen anything nice to me?
You're great, Jerry. He was doing my line. Why didn't you ever say anything nice?
Could I try that one more time?
One more time.
Anyway, well, Jenna is not the only star with us today. My next guest was just named Starlet and Performer of the Year by Adult Video News. She's also shared many passionate scenes with Jenna. Please welcome Misty. So you just got in the business. You're Starlet of the Year. You just had a scene with Jenna.
Yes, very nice scene.
How nice?
Very, very nice.
They're very nice.
Yes.
What? But what? I assume you're bisexual.
Yes.
Do you get involved as you're doing this scene? In other words, are you feeling?
She gets incredibly involved. She's one of the #1 girls in the business. I mean, she's like, is incredible in her sex scenes. She's known for being amazing.
Do you? And how's her acting?
I didn't notice.
I tell you what, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear. Let's hear from the audience, okay? We'll be right back. You know, as I'm looking up there, it suddenly dawned on me that except for Marissa, every one of you has had sex with Jenna.
Inventors. Invention Submission Corporation can help you try to patent your idea and submit it to companies. Call 1-800-727-IDEA for free information.
Call Psychic Encounters to get 6 free minutes and while
Welcome back. We've been talking with Jenna Jameson, who is probably the #1 star currently in adult movies, and some of the people in her life, some of the people who are in her movies, as well as her private life. So far, though, we've mainly been talking to the women, but there are men in these movies as well. It's fair to say the men aren't paid as much as the women are. Is that true?
That's true, yes.
Yeah. Discrimination. And I guess the theory is most of the people that buy these movies are guys, and frankly, they're more interested looking at her than you.
Their picture that goes on the box, and that's what sells the movie. So.
Okay, let's meet now. Two guys in the industry, in the movies. One is Missy's husband, Mickey G, and the other is Mark Davis. Bring them both out. Welcome to the show, guys. You know, as I'm looking up there, it suddenly dawned on me that except for Marissa, every one of you has had sex with Jenna. Is that right? More than one.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
And Misty.
And Misty.
It's true. You guys aren't paid what the women are paid.
No, but their longevity for the guys, if they're capable, is a lot longer than the women, too, though. The public gets burnt out on the women's faces after a period of time. So, if you're capable, these men have been in business for about 18 years, and they're still going strong. I don't plan on being in business that long, but if you're capable, you can do pretty good.
How does a guy... What was it like the first time you were in it? I mean, you know, at some age, the hormones are raging, and you're probably saying to yourself, "Oh man, this is going to be great. I'm going to be with a lot of women," you know. But all of a sudden, you have to say to yourself, "What am I doing? Can I constantly perform? My ego's at stake here. Everybody's looking. The lights are on. I'm tired. You know, what's going on?"
Yeah, to me, it was like fantasy become reality, in a sense. I mean, there's things that you just fantasized about, and all of a sudden you're in the middle of it. And it's a lot of
But there are a lot of problems.
Actually, there are.
With guys that first start. I never want to work with a new guy.
The first several scenes.
Why don't you want to work with a new one?
Never.
Why not?
I refuse.
Why?
Because It's nerve-wracking their first time, and if they can't perform, then that wastes my time, and I'm not willing to do that.
And the guys that can perform have to wait for them to, so everybody gets...
Yeah, and it like sets you back.
You know, you hate to slow people down.
You guys say that you're like family and you get together all the time. What do you do when you get together? Do you guys like have big orgies or?
I mean, when we're working, it's all fun and games. I mean, we socialize, but not every day.
Never have sex.
I would like to know what marriage is to you. I mean, a couple of you are married. What does it mean to you?
Fair question. Do I? Yeah, marriage
doesn't have anything to do with sex. You can't base a relationship on sex. You can't.
No, wait. Marriage is something that's very sacred to us. We still share a very strong element of monogamy in our relationship, even though we do this as our business and our work. And we're fortunate enough to have a writer from GQ magazine, Tom Janot, spent 10 days with us and wrote an article this month's issue of GQ that really describes our marriage in the business.
I think the sex we have in the movies is a completely different thing than the sex I have at home with my husband. I'm making love with my husband. I'm intimate with my husband. We love each other. The sex that I have with Mark is not anything close to what I have with my husband.
And the same as me with my wife as well. It's the same
That's my job.
Same thing.
It's
hard for us to explain it to you because you're not on the set with us and going what we're going through. So to differentiate between the two is very difficult.
My question is, I'd like to know if any of you people on the panel are practicing safe sex.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, yes. I have been for 2 years in every scene I've done, which was pretty much unheard of for a guy in the straight side of the industry, because we've had some scares in our business, and recently 2 performers turned up HIV positive, so I'm not going to take any chances.
Things have really changed lately in the business, and you know, everybody's tested. I mean, like incredibly tested, overly tested. Trust me, my arms hurt from all the needles. And now I only work with my husband. It's, you know, it's like when things like that come up, it really makes you realize.
And Missy and I work primarily 90% of the time. We work together in a lot of films.
Stay with us.
These are my grandparents. They're different from other grandparents. They know.
You hate the person your friend or family member is dating because that person is cheating? Do you want to confront them on our show? If so, please call 1-800-96-JERRY.
You seem to enjoy what you do as a pleasurable thing. How can you, when you go into your career as doing this, distinguish what is pleasure and what is business?
There's a big difference, though. I mean, there's always an audience when what we're doing. There's always an audience, so it's always business. I mean,
and it's pleasurable. I mean, you can mix business and pleasure. I mean, that's possible, but it's just a completely different thing. It's a lot easier to let go when you're at home and do the things that you particularly find pleasurable.
Okay, we have a clip here of more of your particular movie. So. Jenna's Revenge. Let's take a look at this.
Yay. Guess who? Well, it's me, Jenna, again, and I'm here with Johnny Black. And are you new in the business? About 9 months. So pretty new. Brand new. What's with all these babies around my set? I think I'm corrupting people.
You know, this is sex for business. It's not, I'm not there to please that girl. You know, if I do, good. You know, there's a form of pressure. Even with working with my wife, you know, being in front of all those people.
Our first scene was a little slow. I mean, even, you know, and you know, we're married. I mean, we have a great sex life, you know, but in front of people, it was just, you know, and I didn't feel like I can't do it for him, you know. I didn't feel like that at all. I was just, you know, kept things in perspective, you know.
Have you been recognized on the street yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
Just wait. It's really...
Is it wild?
It's kind of strange when people come in and they're like, oh, I'm your biggest fan. It's so cool.
And they're going like this.
Yeah, I'm your biggest fan. So what does your family think of what you do?
They're not very happy. I mean, they still love me, they still accept me, but it's just, there's just a little block there now. But I didn't want to go the rest of my life not being honest with them. I glance over every so often, making sure that, you know, I see him, and just, you know, kind of just that little look, like, so he knows that I'm okay, and also so that he knows that, you know, I am, while all this is going on, I still am, you know, still am thinking about him.
Well, you seem to be a very happy girl, and you seem to, I'm sorry, I'm being distracted right now.
Me too.
You know. Okay, Johnny, well, thank you. And you're up next in your scene, right?
Actually, this is my first movie for Wicked, so I was very excited. Very excited.
Oh, my goodness. More to come,
Hopefully
I'm sure.
more to come.
I'm sure. Well, good luck in your sex
now.
scene. Yeah. Good luck in your sex scene. I'm going to be watching.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll be in the corner.
Okay. I'll give you a glance every so often. Thank you, sweetie.
Wow.
I love women. Me too.
I have a two-part question. I noticed that a lot of the females, they said that they were bisexuals. Are any of the men bisexuals? And for
Let's answer that. You're all saying no.
No. Not on this panel here.
Let me ask this question. The women before said, even those that aren't bisexual, if the scene calls for it, they will perform the act.
Some will, yeah.
You have all said you're not bisexual, but if the scene called for you to have sex with a man, would you?
No, that's not my thing. I mean, I like women too much.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll be back with the final thought in just a moment. Stay with us.
For your free tickets to the Jerry Springer Show in Chicago, call 312-321-5365.
Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to thank you all for being with us. You were most gracious guests, and good luck in the career choices you have made. Good luck to you. You know, even if we assume that there's a place in our private lives for adult and X-rated movies, and according to annual sales and revenues, apparently there is, it would be foolhardy to believe that there's no price to be paid for those who become part of the industry. Now, I'm not talking about the obvious fear of AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases. By this time, as they have told us, actors are being more and more cautious. No, it's more so the addiction to quick and good money, what you'll be willing to do for it, and how what you do affects your personal relationships, even your intimacy with a significant other. And even if your head remains on straight through the months and years that you're having sex for the camera, how others will perceive you is not so easily controlled. And the truth is, personal and career and relationship opportunities may well be closed to you in the future simply because you choose this road of money-making early on. I'm not saying it can't be overcome. It can, and some do. But don't be fooled by the promise of quick money and glory. There can be a price when you show people your whole body. They may never see anything else. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. Thank you very much for doing the show. You guys are great. You did great. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.